We got another high-low ranked game here with the teams being Nasus, Twisted Fate, Renekton, Varus, Nami versus Rengar, Ezreal, Lee Sin, Caitlyn, and Lulu. So it looks like lane matchups are going to be Nasus versus Lee Sin in the jungle at top lane, most likely Renekton versus Rengar. At mid lane, Twisted Fate versus Ezreal. And at bottom lane, Varus, Nami versus Caitlyn and Lulu. So as far as the high-low players that I am aware of, Haruka, I thought was in this match. Maybe not. Yeah, there he is. Haruka, and then there's one other one. I'm forgetting it. Fragnatic. OmegaB. SJC Guess. I don't know. There's a... I think I've watched some of these games before. Some of these players before. Ugh, can't talk, apparently. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Doing the quick matchup here. That should be about it. So let's take a quick look at what everybody is running. Nasus looks like he is running some sort of combination of defense and utility, most likely 0-21-9, but you never know. He doesn't have that much cooldown reduction, so very unlikely that he's running far into that support tree. Twisted Fate here running quite a bit of Magic Pen, just a little bit of AP, nothing too exciting. Quite a bit of cooldown reduction at this early game level. So I would actually guess that he is running 9-0-21. Just because he's at 10.5, unless he's got a lot of cooldown reduction like glyphs or something. So it looks like blue team might be doing an invade here. Purple team might. Oh my god. Those two need to back. Poke it away here. Oh god! They dropped a ward. Lulu is so dead. She just doesn't know it yet. Twisted Fate not managing to land the go card, but oh god. You're so dead, Lulu. And first blood goes to Nasus, and that is unfortunate. So... okay, so we're taking a look. Twisted Fate, we already checked him out. Renekton looks like he's running high into that attack damage. Varus running a high attack damage with a little bit of lifesteal. Looks like he's got 2 lifesteal quints. And Nami here running, looks like just a little bit of flat magic pen barks, but the rest defense utility. So that's a quick look at the blue team. Purple team here running, let's see, a little bit of armor pen. A lot of attack damage here on the Rengar. Just a little bit of cooldown reduction. So it looks like he decided to go with the cooldown reduction instead of the bonus attack speed there from the offensive tree. It looks like on Ezreal here running quite a bit of attack damage, just a little bit of armor pen there from the Masteries. Lee Sin running a little bit of armor pen, a lot of attack damage. Caitlyn running a lot of attack damage, a little armor pen, a little bit of lifesteal there. I was just checking lifesteals there. So we got 1 lifesteal quints on Lee Sin. Unless he's running some utility, and Caitlyn's running 4%. And last but not least, Lulu looks like she's running hybrid pen marks with, yeah, defense utility. So a little bit of damage there going out on the purple team, and with that gold advantage, let's see what everybody bought. Looks like some more wards. No, they might not have gone back. Anyway, Renekton trying to catch the Rengar, a little bit out of position there, but he's jumping back and forth there, trying to CS just a little bit there. Caitlyn poking away here at the Varus. There's some nice damage, actually. And Lulu getting caught a little bit, but this is going to allow them to zone quite a bit here. As long as they don't overpush and then get caught by the Nasus. Because, let's face it, Nasus' ganks aren't very exciting unless he can land a Wither, and then they're terrible. They're, like, amazingly bad if you ever got Wither. So Rengar poking away here at this Renekton, but we gotta remember, Renekton has a lot more sustain compared to Rengar. Because Rengar can only heal every, like... 5 times he uses a spell, and that's only if he uses his W. And looks like we've got an engage here. Renekton managing to land a nice stun there. Let's see if he can juke City all day. But that red buff will be force enough to force that Rengar to flash away to the safety of his turret. And it looks like Rengar needs to drop a ward here. Why are you no warding, Rengar? Why are you no ward? Because Nasus might just camp you. All it takes is 1 Renekton stun, and you could be in some serious trouble yet again. Lee Sin coming in from behind there. There's the stun. There's the ignite. Nice damage here on the Renekton. Tries to heal. Nice juke, though. And Renekton is going to go down to the Lee Sin. But Rengar jukes yet again, but red buff picks up the kill. And I think Nasus wins this fight. But I am not sure about that. He does have a level advantage, so... early game is going just barely to blue team here. Gold advantage is just about 400 gold in their favor, so... fun, fun, fun. And it looks like Renekton's going to be starting off with a phage. Looks like he wants that slow there to prevent the Renekton from... Oh, not the Renekton. Ugh, it's too many R names. Rengar jumping around all the time there, making that slow that much more effective. So, Twisted Fate did go with that Crystalline Flask. I missed that the first time, so unfortunate. That was one of the other recent changes that they did with Twisted Fate. Is the last patch, they made it so that it was no longer 8 seconds after you... selected a card that had stuck around. Now you have to hit somebody within 4 seconds, otherwise the card disappears. So it definitely needed to be happen. He's just, it was too relevant. You could toggle it forever, and the threat of it was just like a blitz pull almost. So it looks like blue team is getting forced back quite a bit, and Caitlyn is actually doing a really good job of zoning this Varus from quite a bit of CS, just being kind of a real jerk. Anyway, it looks like here comes a gank here on this Twisted Fate. He is aware of this because he did have a ward. So Lee Sin going to just walk across the lane like a boss, and voila, Rengar got caught yet again. We're going to back it up so we can see that full one. So Renekton comes out of the bush, baits the Rengar into burning some stuff there, and just gets ravaged by Wither and Stun, and Rengar, you're dead. You're dead. Womp womp. Wither. So bad for you there, Rengar. You can't run to bushes and then juke around. Makes you so sad. So, Rengar is starting to get annihilated at this top lane. Renekton farming just a little bit, but headed back now to prevent that Lee Sin from doing anything too scary to him. So, yep. Twisted Fate trying to do a little bit of damage. Nasus Wither does go down. There's the flash there to prevent too much damage, but that will be enough to force the Nasus back just a little bit. So, looks like blue team bottom lane is finally heading back, but Caitlyn is already on her way back to her lane with a pickaxe in tow. So that will be a little scary. Her damage is going to be pretty obscene. Meanwhile, Varus decided to go with that Vampiric Scepter for just a little bit more sustained, so that poke isn't nearly as scary. And it looks like Twisted Fate will be headed back here relatively shortly. That farm is relatively even, so nothing too exciting there. Caitlyn just chilling, waiting for that lane, trying to freeze it as much as possible. And Rengar CSing as much as he can. Caitlyn still poking away here. Nice Q there from Nami there. Going to prevent a lot of damage there, but the exhaust on the Varus is going to be enough to force him back. And Nami's still poking away here. Manages to land a beautiful slow there on Varus. Nami almost getting enough, close enough to do a little bit of damage to that Caitlyn. You gotta remember, Caitlyn doesn't have that much sustain besides with her Doran's Blade, so this is gonna be better for this this blue team because they just don't, they have a lot more sustain, so if they can get those auto attacks in, they can heal up a little bit more, and then they will be able to exchange these fights just a little bit more. So it looks like Renekton is forced way back here from a gank from Lee Sin while all that was going on, but looks like he managed to get away just fine. Gold advantage is about 1,100 gold in blue team's favor, and it looks like purple team is going to get first turret, and that should bring the gold advantage pretty close to even. And voila, there's the turret, and now they're just 200 gold behind, so that's a plus. Blue team gets dragon though, so now the gold advantage is back to where it was, so womp womp. Nami tries to land an aggressive Q there, whiffs it though. Lulu doing some nice damage there, but here comes Twisted Fate with that global ult, so very scary, and here comes the dive. Nami taking some tower hits. Lulu does go down, and oh my gosh, everybody is so close. But they should head back. Twisted Fate pushing on this turret just a little bit here. They just need to be careful because one Ezreal can come down and could actually almost even kill this Nami. No, it is down for a little while. I'm not sure when he used it, but apparently he used it not too long ago. Renekton still pushing on this Rengar here. Reverse that. Rengar still pushing on this Renekton. With the help of Lee Sin, gonna be allowed to fall back there, but gold advantage is still in blue team's favor, so womp womp. Womp womp. As far as items go, we do have a Sightstone on the Lulu, who just got that Spirit of the Ancient Gold there on the Nasus. Will provide him with a lot more tankiness. Nice yellow card there on the Ezreal. Manages to allow him to land a little wild card there. Do a little bit of damage. Renekton looks like he is going for that longsword now. Just like he decided not to go with the Phage, even though... Oh, he's going with an Aegis instead, so... Most likely. Ezreal dropping the ult there. Trying to prevent that TF from going back too easily. And there is the Rengar initiation on this Twisted Fate here. And voila! There's a kill there for the Ezreal. He needed it. He was starting to fall a little bit behind. And once again, Varus trying to initiate here on this Caitlyn, but unable to do so. And those Lulu's transmogulate? Is that what it's called? Whimsy. That's what I mean. Whimsy is just doing some nice damage there, but Nami's doing a good job of keeping this Varus healthy, even though he also has that Bilgewater Cutlass to keep him healthy. And it looks like we've got a double gank going on here. Both the junglers are deciding to come in here. Nice little slow there on the Lee Sin, but he will ward jump over the wall there. Allow him to get away just fine. Meanwhile, at mid lane, Renekton is just farming up a storm, trying to get some CS back there while Rengar pushes the crap out of top lane. And it looks like Ezreal will be forced back in. A 3-man push here on this mid turret is going to be enough to do quite a bit of damage. I don't think it's going to be enough to pick it up, but it's going to do some nice damage to it. Might be enough. There's the Ezreal clearing a lot of those minions, and now Renekton is brought incredibly low with the Ignite and a turret hit there. He is going to be brought so low. There's the flash kick there from the Lee Sin. Just a beautiful play there from the Lee Sin. Tries to keep up with his Nasus, but he is going to go down to the Twisted Fate. And Rengar trying to keep up with that Nasus, but Nasus gets picked up by the Ezreal there. Mystic shot. So nice little play there from that blue team. Lee Sin did a really good job there. And meanwhile, at bottom lane, Caitlyn's still just farming, but she is starting to fall behind this Varus. Her early game pressure is starting to be a little bit lackluster here, and Varus is starting to farm. And now that he has that sustain, he can exchange these fights a lot more. Plus, Nami is landing some boss Qs, apparently. There's another Whimsy, but here comes the Rengar. Not able to get into the fray there quite yet, but Rengar is starting to spiral a little bit out of control because he is doing a good job farming, coming back. Ezreal ultimate coming down there, doing some nice damage there. But Varus is still poking away there with his Q, trying to prevent that lane from pushing too much, so. Twisted Fate still poking away here at this Ezreal. Womp womp, Ezreal. And Gold Advantage is still in blue team's favor. They are down a turret though, but they are up kills, so you take what you can get. Caitlyn deciding to poke at this turret just a little bit. But there's the Twisted Fate gank, and I think you're dead. With Ignite, that wild card and the stun, you're just dead. Oh, Caitlyn, overstaying your welcome. Should have gone back with your teammates. Unfortunate. So, blue team is now going to have a strong push bottom and probably going to be able to take this turret. TF is proving his worth here. Renekton trying to work with Nasus there to pick up that Ezreal. But meanwhile, at bottom lane, that strong push is still going on. They managed to pick up that turret, and now they're heading through the purple side jungle, trying to mess around with it a little bit. But it looks like they actually might try and start wailing on this turret just a little bit. TF does damage to turrets like crazy. Nice stun there on the Lulu. Another nice Q there from the Nami. Gonna force this Lulu to flash away, but TF picks up the kill there with a nice red card followed up by a wild card. He ready to stun there, waiting for Caitlyn to come out. There's the stun, nice damage, another wild card, beautiful Q there from Nami, and he picks up the kill yet again, and this Twisted Fate is just spiraling out of control. Out of control. He is 5-1, and he hasn't gone back to buy in a long time. He probably has enough for a Lich Bane right now. The way I always built TF is I always built like a hat before I did the Lich Bane, and it looks like Rengar might be able to backdoor a turret here, but he is most likely going to go down to Nasus, even though Renekton is coming. There is the Rengar ultimate. Let's see if he can get away. He's stealthing. Twisted Fate's ultimate is almost back up, so gonna get the blue buff instead, because he could have maybe gotten that. Oh, it looks like purple team wants to go for the blue buff steal here. Ezreal getting the steal there with an ultimate. Well done there. And TF just gets caught out of position, gets caught by some slows, and goes down to this Lee Sin. This Lee Sin is good. This Lee Sin is very good. Varus trying to catch something out of position here with the help of Nami, and Rengar goes down, does get caught out of position, and so does Lee Sin. Varus just picking up kills like crazy. Ezreal trying to come in and do a little bit of damage here to the Varus. And oh man, Ezreal, that slow is going to be super relevant. Almost gets picked up by the Q there from the Varus, but not quite enough. His piercing shot, I think that's what it's called. Piercing arrow, derp. Anyway, another turret goes down there for purple team, but meanwhile at bottom lane they are pushing. But the gold advantage is starting to spiral a little bit out of control because without TF, blue team still did well in that team fight. So, and TF is that scary force to be reckoned with, and blue team is going to get yet another dragon here. That sucks. Gold advantage is now 4.9k in blue team's favor. Make it 5. It's called an even 5. So that's a little rough. I doubt we'll see a 20-minute surrender, but we could. We could. As far as items go, we do have Varus with that Blade of the Rune King there, just because he does have that high attack speed. Nasus running with the cloth armors, followed up. It looks like he's going to be building a Warden's Mail here very shortly. Renekton has that Brutalizer. Looks like he decided to run with Ninja Tabby, but purple team manages to get another turret, cutting into that gold advantage a little bit, but Caitlyn gets caught out of position, but TF gets kicked into the middle of an Ezreal ultimate and just gets rampaged. And Nasus, overcommitting to that fight, gets picked up. And now purple team is going to have a strong push here. Purple team has been doing a really good job pushing, that's for sure. And this could be an inhib if they play it right. We'll see. Nice little wave there from Nami. We'll see if Renekton can capitalize on it. But these double AD carries, they're pushing turrets. Pushing turrets. Renekton ulting, dashing in. Slice and dice and doing lots of damage. Nami landing yet another good Q. And Renekton trying to get out of there before he dies, but goes down. But he did manage to pick up the Lulu in the process, so nice little play there. Manages to barely save that turret, if I recall. Oh, yep, just barely. Just barely. Gold advantage is still in favor of blue team, but purple team has been pushing like crazy, so that is a plus. Looks like Ezreal would have totally dived on that that Twisted Fate if he had managed to land that ultimate. Twisted Fate starting the Baron buff. This is a little dangerous. Oh, don't you dare die there, Twisted Fate. Starting the Baron buff. Nasus is tanking there with his ultimate. Trying to do what he can. Varus is joining the fray. Lee Sin is aware of this. Has vision of that Baron buff, and so purple team is coming. Blue team forced back here. It's so bad for them. Varus forced to throw the ultimate there to try and lock down this purple team to prevent them from chasing. But it hasn't reset now, so now purple team gets to engage on it. It is brought down to half. Looks like blue team wants to get on this. Twisted Fate just gets melted by Ezreal and Lee Sin with the help of Lulu. Purple team decides to disengage from this Baron buff because Ezreal is incredibly low, and the Baron buff is resetting now, and voila. Just a little premature there. Twisted Fate getting a little antsy there. Nami getting whacked by the... that's cute. We saw the Ezreal. We heard the Ezreal. That's cute. Anyway. Kind of fun. Nami just clearing wards here in this well. Gold advantage is still in blue team's favor, but purple team has been chipping away at it just a little bit. Well, we'll see how it goes. Renekton looks like he's trying to find a Lee Sin there, but unable to do so. We'll see if blue team can get a good push in here. They need to catch somebody out of position, but so far it's only been them getting caught out of position. Game is far from over, ladies and gents. Far from over. Renekton trying to engage there on the Ezreal, but Ezreal kites like a boss with that arcane shift, so. Oh yeah, that was the other thing they changed with Twisted Fate is this passive. It's no longer a global gold generation for everybody per kill. Instead, he gets a lot more gold, so. I wonder if that'll be nerfed. I don't know. We'll see. So it looks like purple team is still trying to push here at this mid turret. Varus trying to prevent it from pushing too much. Remember that mid turret is very close to dead, which will expose the inhibitor, and that will provide a lot more danger for this blue team here. Because if they drop an inhib, that will allow purple team to maybe even get an a Baron buff here uncontested. So So purple team, realizing that blue team is just going to keep preventing this from pushing. You gotta remember, Twisted Fate and Varus piercing arrows there. They're going to keep clearing that lane like crazy. Like crazy. It's like Twisted Fate can clear waves by himself. The blue team is a little split. And Varus is just farming though. Clearing all sorts of stuff. Ezreal gets caught a little bit out of position with the Wither. Forced to flash away there, but he might be picked up here. And down he goes to the Varus, and now Varus is going to be super scary because he does have that attack speed buff from his passive. Not quite enough to pick up the Lulu, but man, that was kind of crazy. Lee Sin did manage to pick up somebody, but he went down. It was crazy there for a moment. Just so many people dying left and right. And Caitlyn gets picked up by the Renekton. So purple team manages to come out behind there on that fight. That was unfortunate. Blue team starting to show the dominance there of their gold advantage just because Varus has been farming like crazy, and he is 5-0. Like, I realized that he got like 2, maybe 3 kills from that last fight. So now he is pushing on that turret. Decides to toggle the aggro there to a minion, and I think it should swap back to minions here. Manages to pick up the turret and then falls back. Gold advantage is now just under 6k in blue team's favor, so kind of fun. Lulu and Ezreal still dancing around this mid lane. As far as items go, we got Twisted Fate with the Lichbane, Boots Mobility, and Home Guard, so he can run around like crazy. And Lee Sin gets caught out of position and is he might escape. TF. There's the ultimate from TF, forcing him into Renekton, and Renekton just gobbles him up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. There's a nice stun on the Rengar, and that might force Rengar to ult. Nope. With the help Pixie / Whimsy, he will be able to get away. But there's a slow from Nasus, and that might prove to be the downfall of this Renekton. He manages to try and heal up, but goes down to the Nasus regardless. So that's unfortunate. And now blue team is most likely going to get a Baron buff here. Now you gotta remember, this Ezreal is going to poke from range, and it's going to be a little scary. That Iceborne Gauntlet is very scary over the wall. Manages to catch Lulu a little bit out of position there. There is an Ezreal ult. Threads the needle though, doesn't hit a single soul, but there is a gold card and Ezreal gets brought incredibly low. Lulu ultimate goes down on him, but I think he is going to go down. And voila, Nasus picks up the kill there with that E of his. Not Ruined Earth, but I forget what it's called. Spirit Fire, that's what it is. So now purple team, a lot of them are back up besides that Ezreal, and they managed to catch Nami out of position here. Caitlyn's doing some nice damage to her. Varus trying to do some damage over the wall here to this Lee Sin. He tries to ward jump, but Varus still lands the ultimate, and that's going to ensure the kill there for the Nami, who last hits like a boss. Rengar trying to capitalize on getting caught out of position and almost picks up Twisted Fate, but goes down in the process. And the Caitlyn ultimate goes down, almost picks up the Twisted Fate, bringing him down to like 100 health.
Dominating.
And meanwhile, because she did that, she goes down, and so does Lulu. And now blue team might be able to get a Baron buff here. It's going to be close. Nasus ulting, starting the process. Keep in mind they don't have Twisted Fate. We'll see if Ezreal can contest this with his Mystic shots over the wall in the Iceborne Gauntlet. There was the Ezreal. That's going to greatly decrease his chances of being able to snipe this, especially with them barriering. And blue team gets the Baron buff, and that's going to be very bad here for this purple team. Not only are they down gold, they're down that Baron buff. That's rough. It's really rough. Blue team should just heal up. Twisted Fate there, gold carding the Ezreal, and that's going to be really bad. That is probably going to be the game right there in that play. With Ezreal down for this long and a Baron buff, that is most likely 2 inhibs. I almost guarantee it. But we will see. He's only down for another 25 seconds, though. So looks like blue team decides to disengage. Heal up, though, instead of trying to force a team fight, especially with their Varus Nami back at base. So I guess if they had pushed and caught like Lee Sin out of position, it would have been most likely 2 inhibs. It would have been really good. But they decided not to. I guess they were kind of low, so fair enough. Live to fight another day. To each their own. I just feel like they should be in a much more dominant position and taking advantage of these pushes with a 12k gold advantage and a Baron buff. Just seems kind of ridiculous to me that they have a 12k gold advantage and they aren't, like, balls deep in their base. I don't know. Just seems ridiculous. Anyway, blue team going for the dragon buff instead of pushing, which is fine. Now that gold advantage is 12.5k almost. No, it's just 12 still in blue team's favor because purple team has been farming the lanes. And we'll see if blue team can do something here. Everybody is back up. If blue team wins this next team fight, that is most likely the game, but we will see. It depends on how well purple team does. A lot of poking going down here from this blue team with Varus and Twisted Fate. That's a lot of poking. Lulu dropping wards all over the place. Ezreal dropping an ultimate, trying to prevent this lane from pushing too much. And now he's throwing out mystic shots there to keep that clear as much as possible. Varus ult gets dropped, manages to hit the Ezreal, and it looks like the team fight has started underneath this turret. Nasus is tanking turrets. Varus manages to pick up Lee Sin. Rengar picks up Twisted Fate though, and it looks like he is trying to run away. And we'll see what happens. Blue team forced back just for now, trading 1 for 2. So they're going to be able to keep this push going. Ezreal, I don't think is going to be able to defend, especially with that Baron buff healing them back up and providing with that additional damage. Varus trying to catch the Ezreal, but Ezreal is still poking. Rengar is back into the fray, doing some nice damage here to Nasus, bringing him low. Varus manages to pick up Caitlyn though, and Nasus is going to go down to an ignite there, but Rengar manages to pick up Ezreal, and this is very bad for this purple team. They have turret goes down. This is an inhibitor. Now the push is going to be very strong because they have a full 20 seconds until Caitlyn's back up. Meanwhile, purple team will have to defend with 2 players only while this is going on, while they have this 3-man push with a Twisted Fate being able to rejoin the fight at any second here. It looks like blue team is going to decide to disengage, just taking the inhib, and a fallback push looks like bottom lane here. Or at least start pushing it. And there's a surrender vote. Voila, purple team surrendering here, blue team getting the victory there, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. It was a fun game there for a while. It just slowly started to spiral out of control there in blue team's favor, just because purple team could no longer push the lanes as well as they were at the beginning. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you like what you see, hit that like button, favorite, subscribe, you know the drill. If you really like it, share with your friends. I really do appreciate all the support. And I would like to thank you one more time for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.